Going downstairs in the basement, we have Dad's awards hung up on the wall, and I look at my table and I have all mine set up, ready to hang up, and it's kind of cool to see how much we accomplished in just our careers. Just 4 years, and him later on in college. We're pretty blessed to have this athleticism, and even my mom, was a good athlete in high school. So it's kind of cool to just add to what they have accomplished and maybe beat them a little bit.
Trace this year became probably the best running back that I've seen through South Shelby. And we've had some good ones with Tony Hall and Ethan Harris and some of the ones in the past, but he ran with more passion and more desire than I ever have seen anybody run, and he was an excellent running back for us, and not only that, he's an excellent kid.
And thanks to an area best 2,477 rushing yards this season, which is an absolutely colossal number, Trace Windsor is also now the most productive running back in the long and illustrious history of South Shelby running backs. And for the purposes of this award, that made our decision process remarkably easy. As a point of future reference to running backs out there, if you amass nearly 5,900 ground yards and score 64 touchdowns in your career, you kind of become a Player of the Year shoo-in, because legacies of that magnitude are rare.
At South Shelby, we've got a rich tradition of running backs through here. It's been fun to watch how each one are a little different. And, I always say about Trace, he might not be the fastest kid we had, the most powerful kid we had, but he had all those abilities, all those skills to become probably the greatest running back in South Shelby history. And it shows with the, the record-breaking year that he had this year.
It was a huge honor. I remember, freshman, in middle school, even watching, the Shannon Halls and people like that, running the ball, and I went, I kind of want to be that guy right there. And to follow Sean Bertrand, who had a good career at South, and them guys in the history I never got to see, but those guys had amazing careers, and to be that guy was a great feeling. I loved it. What
I like about Trace is that he can run by you, he can run over you, or he make you miss, and he can do that in one play. So he's really advanced his game this year.
It starts with Brett handing me the ball, because a lot of people want the ball in their hands, but they were willing to give it to me. They put, I put the team on my back sometimes because that's what they wanted to do. They believed in me. I was honored to be that guy. I was honored to, run alongside Ron James and Ethan Harris and guys like that. Logan Schweda even. It is an honor to be like that, and to get the record and stand above them is an awesome feeling.
Getting to that milestone was not nearly so easy as Trace made it look, especially looking back now at the crossroads moment of his career, when he cracked 3 vertebrae in his back in a state quarterfinal match with Salisbury, ironically, while scoring this touchdown.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to watch a team like that and not even be able to help them. It's almost embarrassing to be the guy that can't help your team, and you feel like the people in the bleachers are looking at you, and it's just not a good feeling. So this year was kind of fuel to the fire to go on further and help my team.
I think Trace has been consistently good for the last 3 years, and he comes back off that big injury his sophomore year and has a really good junior year. But like I said, this year he became even more. I think the passion that he had to get back to the Dome like his freshman year really showed through.
A lot of people say, well, how's it back? And I don't even think about it. It's not even a thing anymore.
But the way you run, you do run very physically, and that's your hallmark. Where does that come from? Has that always kind of been your thing?
Not really. Like when I got into high school, I think sophomore year I was sitting at about 5'9", 150 pounds, and I was running for my life. And I was scared to death because I was looking at these older guys going, this isn't even fair for me. So junior year, I got a little bit bigger, and it just stayed with me. And then finally senior year, it's about survival. There's a box at the end of the field, and you got to get to it. And I definitely didn't want to be on the ground. I hated being on the ground, and my linemen helped me with that. They're part of the fearless running style too. I was very fortunate to have some good wide receivers blocking, and even a quarterback that would get out and block if he had to. So I was very fortunate with that line.
Which of course begs the obvious question, what next for your newly minted 2014 Khqa Player of the Year?
I've talked to a couple coaches. They come to school and pull me out, talk to me, got their cards. It's a cool thought. I like the idea of playing college football, but I like the idea of just being a college kid, just not being the big athlete on campus, just kind of being that kid that goes to class and learns what he wants to learn. And I want to study something, and I don't know if football is part of the picture, but if it is, then I'll be happy to, you know, survive even more than I have.